A hot cup of steamy Roman and a dusty uterus. What is going on? You ready? Let's dish.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's DISHIN Days Sunday. AfterBuzz TV's weekly
Shady
recap
Sunday.
of NBC's Emmy Award-winning soap opera Days of Our Lives.
Hello.
Hello. I'm your host, Tami, Goveia, and I'm joined by the ever-lovely, fabulous, handsome,
Wow,
funny...
keep going. No, Michael Mattis. Hello. How is everybody?
How is everybody?
Happy fall.
Happy fall.
Doesn't feel like fall
oh my
here,
gosh.
but
I know, not
it
yet.
is,
It hasn't
yeah.
hit our side of town yet.
LA is just constantly summer.
I know.
Yeah.
It's got its good, bad, and indifference. Want to do a quick shout out to our guy, Tony Moore. He
Yes.
is going to be out of town for the next couple of
He's
weeks.
in New York.
He's in New
hosting
York.
at RuPaul's Drag Con in New York.
Yes.
In New York City.
He's a working
Being
boy, so
competitive.
we're very excited for him.
Congratulations, Tony.
Also,
Never
a
mind.
shout out to Mark J. Freeman. We always love you.
Yes. And the puppies.
He's a working boy as well, and always James Law Jr. He's continuing the road to recovery. We
Yes.
love you and miss you, and I'm going
Hope
to
to have
get
you
you
back
on
soon,
here.
yeah.
Back soon.
A very special guest star.
Yes, it'll be a
Yes.
special day
Yes.
with lots of mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be sure everyone, we say this every week, but we want to be sure that everyone is following us across all social media platforms. Okay, so that means like, subscribe, comment,
Share.
Yes, share. So on Twitter, you can find us at _DISHIN Days, and on Insta and Facebook at DISHIN Days.
Yes. Yes.
You know, if you are a fan of the other soap operas, General Hospital or Young and the Restless, we have other soap block content. We've got the GH Report and we've got the Restless Wrap. I don't believe they're shooting right now, but keep your eye open for them and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Also,
Just tune into our show.
Yeah.
Like, just watch us. We're very entertaining.
Speaking of which, head over to iTunes. We know we love all comments and good comments.
But I mean, we
Honest
prefer the good comments, but you know, we understand.
We'll take it.
We have feelings too.
We'll
and,
take
you
it.
know, you all have feelings, and we, you know.
And
whatever.
you too.
But
you
yeah, give us
too.
5-star review on iTunes, and maybe we'll make you fan of the week. So you know, get your little 15 minutes of fame here on DISHIN Days.
So
Yeah.
before we start, Mr.
Yes.
Michael, any thoughts, comments?
We kind of got back to normal as it can be in Salem this week after I was telling Tami, after 3 weeks of like really heavy
Pedal to
high
the metal,
drama,
yeah.
we're kind of like not plateauing, but we're just kind of getting back to a normal state, and I'm finding the storylines that have been playing for a while but have been kind of on hold. Like, I'm like, I don't like this storyline anymore. This is boring. And so I think as entertaining as those 3 weeks were, my expectations are now higher, I guess.
Yeah.
And so now that we're back to normal,
We're
I'm just like,
adrenaline junkies because of it.
exactly.
Yeah,
The Hattie stuff entertained me.
yeah,
Deidre Hall entertains me as Hattie.
always.
Yeah, so
I thought it was a
good.
wackadoodle. Wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle.
Like, completely wackadoodle. That's my
Dusty
word. Like, how
uterus.
can I describe this week? It's wackadoodle.
Dusty Uterus.
Yeah.
I was going to introduce myself as Dusty Uterus, and I forgot. Oh, well.
We're thinking
anyway,
along the same lines.
Yep,
So let's get to it. Sir, would you like to do the honors?
I will do the honors. Bam!
Yes.
Bam!
All right.
right,
Let's
so-
get to DISHIN.
It's the first up here. Oh, yeah.
John, Marlena,
Hattie and her craving for her cheese. I relate, Hattie.
I don't blame
Give me a
her.
burger and fries, and I'm a happy
and
happy
it's a Brady
gal.
pub. You know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah,
You know it's going to
and
be good.
I was mentioning to Tami, the one thing that distracted me on the Hattie scenes from Friday was that there was this buttered roll sitting on the tray, and I was just like, that roll looks so
It
good.
looks so good.
And she's like, I'm hangry. I'm like, girl, you got a nice buttered roll right there.
It's not
Chow
the
down
same.
on that. Yeah.
Not the same as a burger.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
so
I have to be honest. So I
mhm.
started watching Mondays,
Mhm.
and I kind of kicked myself on Friday because when that whole moment went down of taking her off the ventilator, John turns to Kayla, gives her the solemn nod. Yes, you can
Yeah.
do that. I did have a moment of thinking, John, how can you be so complacent? Where is all this fire and this will not happen? This is Marlene and I will not allow it.
Okay.
How can you be so like, okay, just very resolute about, okay, I've accepted this. And then it flew out my head because, things progressed.
Well, my answer to that would be like, maybe he just was drained. He didn't have any more. He finally accepted that those were her wishes and that there was nothing he can do. That's what he was defeated. And I mean, I see your point. Like, John Black doesn't give up easily, but he fought. I say all week. It was like a couple hours in Salem time, but but no, like he was just battling and battling and battling, and with everything that happened, I felt like he just didn't give up. He just was like, okay, fine, I will honor your wishes. However, little did we know.
Oh my gosh.
Little did we know what was going on.
I was so confused on Monday when John said, everybody left the room, and he says to her, what do you say? What the hell's wrong with you? Or, okay, I was confused. I was really confused.
See, I wasn't confused because Soap Opera Digest had on their cover last week, Marlena wakes up as Hattie before it aired. So I was like, thank you, Soap Opera Digest.
It's such a struggle because I try to stay active and current with social media, but
you get spoiled.
Our genre is so spoiler ready, and I don't want to be spoiled.
I mean, I get why they do that. That's like a call to action, and it's like a good one. Like, I was more interested because I knew what was happening. I was more interested in, okay, why and how. Okay, so where's Marlena, and why? So and they didn't waste any time explaining it, which I like. They didn't let it drag on, and not give us the goods about
backstory,
the backstory exactly how it happened, why it happened. So it was Roman. Just to review.
Yes.
It was Roman, Kayla,
Everyone's
and John.
in cahoots.
They came up with this scheme to get Hattie out of prison. They rolled Marlena down to the basement. I guess,
it's to the floor of the hospital that's under renovations apparently, and so it's
to
completely
that wing
dark.
of the hospital. So yeah,
still has electricity apparently, but
right. So Marlena is still alive, but on life support against her wishes. So yeah, they cooked up this scheme to replace Marlena with Hattie and keep Marlena down wherever she is, alive on life support. And even though Hattie is acting all crazy, no one's the wiser. Apparently,
which kind of boggles my mind because she's so not herself.
Right,
Marlena is so not herself. Yeah. It's surprising me that no one's putting
like the kids.
Could this be Hattie?
And I guess that
she's acting like Hattie.
They're explaining it. They're explaining it like when she was so nasty to the kids, which was kind of funny. But when she was like being really nasty to Sammy and Belle.
Yes, to Sammy, she says, "quote Get her out of here before she finishes me off." That was an LOL moment. And then when she said to Belle, "You're the one who pulled the plug on your mother."
Oh, did you get that from the "I tried to kill my mother" bouquet? Is that the "I killed my mother" bouquet? That was funny.
The writing was hysterical.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Absolutely hysterical.
So yeah, and now Hattie they are trying to keep Hattie in line, and we're not sure.
Good luck to that.
She's gonna blow any minute.
She needs to get out of that hospital and away from people.
And a burger and fries, some crispy fries from the Brady Pub.
Another thought that crossed my mind is that Kayla is getting really good at breaking laws. Now.
Right? Okay.
Because
and
now
she's so she's
got
so
this
innocent about it too.
Other secret that if it comes to light, she's going to lose her license. Like there's multiple things now that if it comes to light, she's going to lose her license.
Well, they say it becomes easier once when you do something bad.
The
once you do
first
it
one's always the toughest, right?
Right. And so now she's like, well, I've already dug this hole. I'm just going to keep digging. Why not? So, but she did it to save her dear friend.
I know.
Save her dear friend, Saint Marlena.
But what's Marlena going to think about this?
I don't know. No, you and I talked about this.
We did.
Marlena's going to be like, I know you just did it to save me.
Yeah, and can somebody please tear up those papers now?
Right?
Because obviously...
It will be interesting if they don't do it, if they do it the other way and Marlena is actually angry. I mean, I don't think they'll...
we'll see.
Maybe.
Would you?
Crickets? Okay.
Would you be?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
That's a tough one. Yeah, we'll cross cricket when we get to it.
Yeah. Where's some wood? There it is. Knock on wood. Okay.
We do have a clip, though.
We do have a clip,
right?
yes.
So let's show that.
Yeah, this clip kind of cracked me up. When Hattie kind of had a moment where she's like, okay, I am going to run with this.
Did you see that moment of
Yes. And
I was like, no, you are not. No.
yeah, and this is right as she was having that moment. Yes.
Thanks, Doc. I'm so glad that we could move past this little misunderstanding here.
Yes, I know. I think it's time we began to look to the future.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. I was hoping my future would hold a cheeseburger and fries, but I guess they got waylaid.
I'm going to check on that for you, but it's really nice to know that you've got a healthy appetite.
Yeah. And not just for food.
Oh.
Hey, come here, big guy. Come here, why don't you give me a nice kiss? Oh, come on, I've missed those kisses. Come on.
I don't think this is the right time.
So good.
The right time? We should have been on our honeymoon right now.
Well, in a perfect world, I guess that's true.
Yeah. There I was about to become Mrs. John Black. When a bullet went right through my heart, like a Cupid's arrow.
She's like, girl, what are you talking
so
about?
not romantic.
Yeah,
No.
We just waited so long for this very special, magical day, and you know what? I don't want to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we get married right here, right now?
Cut to John's incredulous look.
Drake's facial expressions
my
this
God,
week
this
when he was
week.
like,
I was texting you like, oh my,
so
no, we were
funny.
on the I am with everyone. It's like,
yeah.
oh my God, the looks from him this week are just absolutely
he's
priceless.
good. He's killing it lately.
He is.
He's killing it. Killing it.
I love it.
So,
they're not going to get married.
I don't know.
That'd be no.
They've done this stuff before.
I know.
I
didn't see that coming.
I was hoping they would at least before, because we kind of knew during the wedding something was going to go down. We didn't know what until we saw it, but whatever was going down, I was hoping that they would get to the marriage part before
I know
the thing happened, and it could finally be like John and Marlena are married and done.
Finally,
but no, they're doing this. So we'll
I'm
see what
loving
happens.
it. I'm so along for the ride.
It's very entertaining.
I'm loving
it's
it.
like we went from, like I said, some very heavy emotional weeks, and now they're giving us some comedy. So.
And I think Drake actually mentioned that on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
He said after 3 weeks of just like intense stuff, that it's been a nice break.
He's funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so
Next
up,
bit of drama.
the Dusty Uterus
The
storyline.
Dusty Uterus storyline. Writers, you guys are insane in the membrane.
That was a Chloe line, right?
Oh my God,
When
yes.
she went and saw Bonnie.
Yes.
Chloe, girl.
And I loved. Okay, so let's start. Do you want to start with? Yeah. So let's start with that. That
What, Chloe
confrontation.
and, that was great. That was almost going to be like the clip I showed when she was kind of intimidating Bonnie by saying like, "Have you ever heard of Alpha Deo? I killed him. Didn't even see it coming." And then she like strutted out.
That
I was like,
beautiful.
yes.
That was
okay. They need
beautiful.
to write more stuff like that for Chloe.
Because Bonnie was so, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. Mm-hmm. And she had that moment after Chloe left. Of,
Like, oh, maybe I don't got this.
Maybe I don't got this.
The whole thing, so the results were in that Lucas is the father and it is Bonnie's baby. Like
so
you
believe that?
I mean,
I think I believe it at this point.
I do too.
I think I'm reluctantly.
Yeah. Because they could always backtrack and whatever, but I think at this point, it's factual.
Yeah, and just the way that Bonnie's interacting with the swaddled doll.
Yeah, whatever's in there.
With the little cry. Just the way she's interacting with the child. It's like, okay.
No, I think it's legit. I think
the uterus wasn't as dusty as we thought.
Or it's at least a family baby.
What do you mean a family baby?
Like maybe it's someone else in Bonnie's family's baby that she's just passing on.
So my theory of her borrowing a child is not so far-fetched then.
No, like maybe because they said like
According to
they use
Tony's
genetic
like,
marker.
really?
Oh,
Who's gonna let her borrow the baby? Like, it's Bonnie.
I mean,
she'll find somebody.
There's stupid people out there, even in Salem and Chicago and wherever they are. Okay, so there was the whole thing. Bonnie was using the baby, and I guess Sheila went and hid the baby somewhere, which seems weird, but went and hid the baby somewhere so that Lucas would be convinced to go to Adrian and get Adrian to drop the charges, which she did, which I'm like, really?
Yeah,
I didn't like and I'm like, no, there's like hire the police or hire an investigator to go find the baby. Don't
Exactly.
just be like, Adrian, can you drop the charges?
if I
'Cause
was
she's fighting my
Lucas,
baby. Yeah.
now knowing that I'm the father, I now have rights
Exactly.
over my child.
So that didn't really make, I went with
Yeah.
it, but it didn't, I'm like, why don't you just go to the police? You were in the police station. You were literally in the police. You could have walked outside and said, someone kidnapped my child.
Yes, exactly.
But no, that's
So-
not how it played out, and that's not how it went. And so now Adrian agreed to drop the charges
I feel
against
so
Bonnie.
bad for her. Oh my God. That was
Yeah.
a terrible position to put her in. I feel
yeah.
so bad for her.
Yeah, that was another thing I just didn't sit right with me.
I know.
But, it is what it is. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Chloe, what is she going to do? Is she going to look for the baby? I don't know.
I don't know.
What is
This is a question mark. Like, I'm
where
try-
is the baby?
Like, I usually try to, think about, okay,
Yeah.
what's going to happen. But with this one, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. That's a good one. I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Bonnie.
Baby
Baby's-
Bonnie.
baby
Did you hear when Lucas was like, I need to go talk to Big Bonnie? I was like, that's funny.
And when he said, I'm Baby Bonnie's daddy. It's like, oh my God, that just sounds wrong.
And everyone's like, is that really her
This
name? Is that
not
really
right at all.
No, it's not, and no one thinks so. Okay, so and now we're on to Cian,
Yes.
our favorite new couple.
Oh my
They
gosh.
aren't a couple yet, but they're our favorite new
So
couple.
I have so many thoughts about this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to? What's your first thought?
As to what? Like, do I think Hope planted the evidence?
Yeah.
No.
We'll start with that.
No, I do not think Hope planted
Who
the
do you
evidence.
think planted the evidence?
I will not say.
We're not going to say yet.
I'm not going to
You're
say.
really
you saw
gonna-
my thing.
did.
I folded it up very nicely. I put it in my
But
desk.
it's becoming really obvious now. At least it's becoming obvious to me
that it wasn't Hope.
that it's not Hope, and that I have a very strong feeling of who it is.
Oh, is it this? Okay, so
So
I think I told you.
You did tell me,
Is it the same
but I
person?
didn't believe you.
Right.
But now that I'm seeing this week's
Yeah.
shows, I'm thinking, okay, Michael's looking like he's right. So
Thank you.
we're not going to say anything. We're
Yeah.
not going to say anything yet.
We don't want to spoil it.
Okay, so just know, everyone, that I believe Michael, so that when it is revealed, yes, I'm on Team Michael and his prediction.
always right.
Reluctantly so, but yeah.
Okay, so Sierra now believes that Ben may have started the fire.
See, I don't think she does.
Oh, you think she's faking?
I think she's faking it.
Oh.
I think she's faking it.
That didn't
She's
even
not gonna-
No, that didn't occur. I thought.
She's not going to turn her back on him that quickly. I'm telling
You
you
don't think
right
so?
now. And especially, and this kind of was the clincher for me, she had hardly any reaction to Trip and Claire.
Okay.
Okay, she
yeah,
had
that was
she
okay.
had that moment of
Okay,
but
this is the
then-
second time she's walked in on them. I would have been done. I would have been like, "Get out of my house!" And she just was
Abso-positively.
kind of like, "Okay, fine," because her grandmother came back to life. Or I just
Let's
said
make
that.
more excuses for Claire and let's
Yeah.
make it okay. Right. Whether she's happy,
I
whether
didn't
she's
let-
sad, whether she's hungry, whether she's sleepy, her default button is to kiss Trip.
Right.
That's just wrong.
Girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like that they didn't give Ciara her like a good reaction. Like it was just like she just accepted it so easily. And Trip even said, "Well, you weren't here." And it's like, that's no reason.
Oh,
no.
I flipped out.
I
when
was
he
like,
said
"Excuse
that.
me?"
I flipped.
And then she just accepted it and moved on. And I was like, okay, second time.
So that was a red flag. Her reaction or
Yeah,
non-reaction
okay.
to walking in on Claire and Trip.
So I didn't. Yeah.
And then the one that said, "Oh, absolutely, she's faking this," is are they going to go on a picnic or something? What was Trip planning for them? And
Like they were gonna watch something.
okay, they were going to watch something. So he wants to resume whatever it is
Right.
they had planned. And she said, "Oh, I'm just going to move my motorcycle first."
Right.
And I'm all, what? No, something's going on.
Oh.
Something is
See, I didn't
going
even question
on.
that because, well, at least here in LA, like that's a thing. You have to
Yeah,
move your
but
car
it was
so you
too
don't get a
it was
ticket.
too obscure. That moment was just too obscure.
Okay, so maybe Sierra's doing something and
I think she's going to hightail it back to the precinct, or she's up to something.
Uh-huh.
She's either going to investigate the possibility that he's being framed.
right.
Whether she thinks it's her mother, I don't.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think she would think that of her mom.
See, I
but
think
we'll
I
see.
think it's like that's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
I think it's legit. I think this
think
is I
so?
think this is the sin roadblock. When a couple's first getting together, or the couple that we're all rooting for, they got to have a roadblock. And so this is the roadblock. And now I think what's going to happen is she and Tripp are going to start furthering their relationship. And then once it comes to light that Ben didn't start the fire, that's when they're going to start rekindling their thing. And that's when Sin are actually gonna become a couple. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think she will. It doesn't make sense for me that she pursues anything with Tripp right now. It doesn't make sense to me.
Why? Why not?
Because she walked on them again.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. That should be a roadblock.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah, just put
I don't know where they're
Tripp
going
with
with
Claire
this.
and let's be done with it.
Oh my gosh.
I had so many moments like that this week watching the show. Like I was just like, all right, let's just be done with it. Let's just be done. That's not the Days of Our Lives way though. So, but we're still rooting for Ben and Ciara and Ben. We're sinners.
And
we're sinners.
I am loving Hope and Rafe right now.
They were funny because he
was hysterical.
He gave Hope that look.
Yeah.
Like she said something like, he's accusing me of planting the evidence, and he's like, he's like, girl.
Yeah, we got history, babe.
Yeah.
Come on, you can tell me.
You need to. He's like, you need me to remind you of what we did with Stefano, and he did. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of this week. A lot of like reminders or retellings.
Yeah, kind of a harkening back to
like
the relationship.
I feel like they did that on purpose because there were 3 weeks where it was heavily focused on 2 storylines: Marlena and Will, Sonny,
That's
Paul.
right, yeah.
Right. So now that these storylines are coming back onto the screen, I feel like they needed to put stuff in, like remind the viewer of
Fluff 'em
what's
up a
going
little
on,
bit,
why
yeah.
this is happening, and all that. There was a lot of that this week.
So I'm
I
loving Hope
noticed.
and Rafe.
Yeah, they were funny.
It's a good energy.
They were funny. Yeah. All right, that's pretty much all that happened with that.
For the top
right?
storylines, yeah. I think so.
All right, well, now it's time for a little business. You're watching DISHIN Days on AfterBuzz TV, so you clearly are a fan of drama. You may not know that AfterBuzz also serves shows for all of your favorite types of TV shows, from dramas to reality TV to sci-fi and more. There is no network that works harder to serve you, the television fans. But we need your help now. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. You're probably already subscribed to drama. Maybe you're a fan of comedy. Maybe you're a fan of reality. Go join those too. Maybe you'll find a show that you like. Subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover new shows that you are sure to love. Since you're already tuned into the drama channel, you may be interested in Queen of the South, Black Mirror, The Affair, The Bold Type. A lot of dramas are coming back next week. This is Us being one of them, which I'm looking forward to. I like that show. So yeah, we have channels for all genres of television, so don't be shy about subscribing to them. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be. Your phone, your devices are not going to be blown up with notifications because notifications are optional.
Yay!
It's easy. Just hit the subscribe button now for an even easier AfterBuzz experience. And if you let us know how we did in the comments, we'll thank you on air. Thank you for being the best fans. We promise to continue to serve you. We promise to continue to do our best to serve you. It's right here. The burgers and fries are on my mind. Yes. So that message brought to you by the fine folks here at AfterBuzz TV. I kept looking at you when I was reading that, and it just, like, you're like...
I'm
like
just so enthralled
like a
with
proud
you.
mama. You're like, oh, my baby. My baby's reading the news. Good for him.
So
right.
little tidbits.
Got some
Eli,
tidbits.
Lonnie, Sheila is cracking me up.
I like Sheila.
And Abe, yeah.
Yeah. How she tried to lift his credit card, and she's like, no, I was just trying to go turn
He's
it in.
assaulting me.
Yeah. Oh.
Did anyone see that? He's assaulting me.
He's like, I just touched her.
And Eli's all, hun, let's just talk about this.
Yeah, I like how Eli is kind of like the diffuser. Sheila's diffuser.
Yeah.
Now, what's their... I'm confused. Like, I guess they have a history. Like, they knew each other long time ago, or...
I don't know how far back they go.
They apparently go back pretty far because he helped her last year and she didn't get charged with anything for helping what's her name become what's her name Bonnie becoming Adrian.
Right.
So
So that's not when they first met. They had history before that.
they must have.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was
Maybe they
at
grew
this
up together
point.
or something.
But
Anybody
yeah.
in the chat room know the history of
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Sheila
They know
and
all the
Eli?
history.
The chat room knows all.
They know all. Well, I'll look in a few minutes. So Lonnie and Eli. Lonnie has decided she does not want to pursue a relationship.
Do you think she has
with
feelings
Eli.
for Eli?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like she said that. I feel like she admitted that. But then, but yeah, she just decided that it wasn't a good
too
time.
complicated.
Too complicated. And so I'm like, all right, well, what are we going to do? Like, what's going to happen now? Like, this storyline, I feel like, is not, there's not enough attention writing-wise paid to this storyline. It's been, like, at a standstill for a long time now. And again, it was, you know, the wedding weeks and whatever.
Right,
but
there's a lot going on.
They need to put, the writers, and they need to put more effort into these two characters' storylines, because I feel like they're being wasted right now, almost.
It's a great setup, though, that they're working together. Because even though she's made this decision and Eli's said, okay, we'll do that, the conflict continues because they'll be seeing each other every day.
Right.
I mean, it's just the typical perfect romantic conflict.
Well, and I feel, in my mind, they're going to get together eventually. So I'm like, why are they dragging this out, like, so bad? And again, like, just kind of keeping it, like, I guess the movement, whatever. There's no movement. Like, it's just been at a standstill for so long, and I'm like,
constipated. It's a little constipated. We need some movement in that. Yeah.
Give it a little X-lax in that storyline. And then JJ had a moment with Lonnie, kind of a cute moment.
Yeah.
And that's another. JJ needs to be
back on the canvas.
Yes,
I know.
he needs like a good. He had good
Once
stuff. Once
Teresa left, then he just kind of went away too.
He looks so good too right now. I don't know what it is, but he just comes on screen. And I'm like,
We'll see what we'll see what lies in wait.
We'll see. Yeah, he also had JJ also had a. I like how they're doing a lot of brother sister stuff. Like
I do too.
He's there being supportive of his prego sister Abigail.
Yeah, he's the sounding board for a lot of people. For her, for Gabby, for a lot of people.
Yeah,
he's good at that.
I want him to have a something more than that, not just being a supportive character, a supporting character.
If he doesn't end up with anyone anytime soon, I'll be happy because I really love him and Teresa.
Aw, they were cute.
I really love them. So, if the writers choose to wait until Teresa gets back on the canvas, I am fine with that.
Marlon Wallace. JJ needs to move on. He's so damn fine. He's too damn fine to be alone.
He's wasted.
Yeah.
He's being wasted in Salem.
Yeah. So okay. So that do we think that Sheila's gonna stay for a while? Do we think she's here for a while?
I don't get the feeling that she is. But I don't think so. What about you?
Do you think that she and Eli are gonna something's gonna start happening now that Lonnie has closed the door on their relationship? Do you think?
I don't get that vibe from them at all.
No.
Especially when he tried to go in to reach for her fries and she literally almost chopped his arm off.
Well, I understand. That's just a hungry person right there. Because I've been known to be like,
cracking
get your own. Those my fries. I relate.
He's like, dang.
Yeah.
Dang, girl.
But see, that's kind of playful things that
I don't get
when they start building
we'll
a couple together. But we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, so then we have Chad, Abigail,
Gabby, and Kate.
Okay, so I got to a point this week where I want this storyline to be over.
Yeah.
I'm not invested in this anymore. I think I don't know. I'm like, all right, just have Abby have the baby, find out it's Chad's, and let's move on to something else. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it was off screen for so long and now it's back and I'm like, oh, this.
I don't know. I'm finding it less believable that Gabby has gone to such an extreme.
Okay.
And the fact that she's drugging her now.
Yeah. They made a point to say it was pregnancy safe.
I know, but it doesn't matter. She's she's gone off the deep end.
A little bit.
And nothing she says when she was trying to convince Kate, the more she was trying to convince Kate, the less I believed that Gabby, I get it.
It's a very intricate plan.
It was plausible up until a couple of weeks ago. After everything that Gabby's gone through, I get the revenge kick. But now, maybe because it is being dragged out a little bit longer, I'm not buying it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
I can't. This is not.
I still love Bad Gabby. I love the way Camila
I do
is
love
playing
Bad
her.
Gabby.
But the storyline, it needs to take the next step, and I guess maybe that they're still going to continue. Gabby is still going to try to make everybody believe that Abigail is mentally ill again.
That's so incredibly cruel.
It is cruel.
I was shocked. No, I was shocked by the drugging, and then, well, that was afterward. But then when she revealed that she's going to drive her
look crazy,
I was, how do you come back from that?
Yeah, I'm wondering how much.
How do you come back from doing that to somebody?
I'm wondering how much longer Kate's gonna continue.
She can't. She can't continue hiding and covering for her for much longer, because this is horrible.
Yeah.
I think she's willing to say, okay, you know what, Chad is collateral damage, but what Gabby's doing to Abigail at this point is really beyond the beyond. And I think I told you about that scene with Chad and Abigail in the bedroom when she's disoriented and I don't remember falling asleep. It's like, oh my God, this is horrible. And then Chad and Abigail are hugging, and then the camera cuts to that wig peeking out from
the animal
underneath
on the floor.
bed. I was thinking that thing has a life of its own. It's going to start crawling across the floor. So that was I don't like it. I don't like watching it. It really disturbs me. And I hope Kate, maybe she'll be the one to come to the rescue.
But then Kate's demons are going to come out too. That she's feeding Stefan.
I know.
She's betraying Chad. Like all of this betrayal of Chad will come out. If she blows the whistle, then she is blowing the whistle on herself, and maybe she will. Maybe she'll decide to take that hit eventually. I don't know.
Because what it's doing to Chad.
Because she did seem a little peeved at Gabby this week. So
yeah. So fingers crossed. Kate, please come to the rescue.
Lauren Kozlow looked great this week, by the way.
She did.
Like, I mean, she always looks great, but there was something about her this week.
Rested.
I was like, she looks good.
Yeah, she looked fantastic.
She has some new hair.
I love her.
New hairstyle. Yeah,
it's shorter. I love it.
Yes. So, okay. And then we have Eric, Jennifer, Brady, Breve.
Yeah, so a couple of thoughts on this. Okay. First of all, the hotel room, I'm now officially claustrophobic. Every time they're in that room, it's like, can't they find an apartment to live in? Like, well, I need more space. I'm getting claustrophobic.
That's been an ongoing thing on days when people move out of houses. They stay at the Salem Inn, and I'm like, why don't you just go rent an apartment if you're going to be there for so long? Like, I don't know the prices of the Salem Inn. Maybe it's more cost effective.
It's funny that you said that, because they do that on other soaps too.
Yeah.
Like on GH, when someone moves out, they move to the Metro Court Hotel.
Oh wow! I like the Salem Inn has a nice, better ring to it than that. But no, because Kate was living at the Salem Inn, I felt like, for like years.
Yeah.
And now she's.
That's right.
Well,
where is she? She's still there.
Like,
what are you talking about?
We both got there at the same time.
Yeah, she's still there.
Yeah.
So she's living there. Bree's living there.
They must have great weekly rates. I don't know.
or great room service. I don't know.
Maybe they have a nice continental breakfast in the morning.
I love a good continental breakfast.
Me too. Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Okay, so back to Eric and Jennifer. Back to what we were. The storyline at hand. So Jennifer was once again going to tell Eric the truth. Eve.
Just say it.
I know. Just tell us. Just tell him. This was another moment where I'm like, this needs to move on. Come on. So she was going to tell Eric. What's her name? Eve came over and convinced her not to. And Jennifer had that moment where she's like, all right, fine, I'm not going to tell him. Well, then Eric shows up, and I don't remember what he was saying, but something he said convinced her that maybe she's actually going to...
Well, no, it wasn't something he said. It was something he was getting frisky with her.
Oh.
And Jennifer can't get frisky when she's got all this guilt, and that's Jennifer. Other women be like, okay, great.
I know, especially with Eric.
Jennifer cannot do that. So she's like, stop.
Right.
I need to tell you something.
Yeah. So do you think she's gonna tell him?
She has to, please.
I'm hoping she does. Like, I really hope they don't drag this out any longer. But we'll see. Maybe, someone interrupts, or maybe Julie comes home and starts talking about the freezer again and interrupts the conversation.
They're at home, so we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
That house, like, Gabby is able to navigate that house without interruption very easily. I'm like, where's everybody else?
I know. And she knows all the little corners to hide in when Chad comes in.
I know. She's just like, no. Nobody's the wiser.
And talking about Brady really quick, I do love Brady and Chloe together. I love their scene.
They had that scene together. Like, she needed some advice.
Some advice.
She came to her friend.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
them together.
They have a lot of those characters have a lot of history.
do.
They go back to the teen years, the last blast years where they had the last blast every year, and I remember the days of the two couples were like Sean and Belle and Chloe and Philip, and then they introduced Brady, and then it became like, oh, Brady and Chloe. So the same way now that there are like Wilson fans and is it Horita?
Horita, yes.
Horita fans and Wilson fans. There were Floey and Broy fans.
Did they have
wars.
ship names
Yeah.
back then? Oh my
it was
gosh.
Chloe and Philip.
Oh my gosh.
And then Broy, Brady and Chloe.
I love
and
that.
they would like the war of words on those message boards was off the chain. Oh my gosh. You think the Twitter's something. But yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, they haven't explored a pair of Brady and Chloe repairing.
No.
Yet. So
Do you think they should?
I don't know
I
because
don't know.
they're
I love
cute
their
as friends.
chemistry.
Yeah, I love their chemistry, but it's as friends, and maybe we, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I know.
So
We shall see.
yeah, I think that's all.
That's it. That wraps up the week for the
Yeah.
most part.
I'm trying to think if we missed anything, but I don't.
You
think
know, we want
did.
storylines to
We
continue, and then we want some to end.
There was
So.
We'll touch on Kayla had a phone call with Steve.
Oh, and I forgot that. What did she say? Something about that Stefan has control of his eye.
I think was that her admission? Like, was she admitting that she like? I was like, okay, what is she?
I was a little confused too because
She didn't tell him the whole thing. That
she hasn't had that conversation with him, right?
No, she was supposed to have it after the wedding, and then he got arrested.
So did we miss a conversation of her telling him anything? Or was this the
I don't
first
think so.
time that she said...
I feel like this was the first time.
So she's telling him that Stefan has control over his bionic eye.
Mm-hmm. That's what I got from it. But then but that's also her, like... Maybe, I guess that's not her admitting that she...
But how would she know that?
Exactly. How would she know that unless she worked
And
with
that's what
him?
was confusing.
Mm-hmm.
If I was Steve, I would be like, how do you know that? And then
Yeah.
the conversation... I was expecting him to blow up a little bit more.
Well, I mean,
And have that...
he can only have such a reaction when the actor's not there.
But you
And
can't,
hear
but
it.
from her
Yeah.
response, but her response was always, "Oh, I love you too," and
Yeah.
but I'm like,
Steve is a stand by your woman kind of man. Like, even when he was still on and he knew something was wrong with her, it wasn't he wasn't angry that she lied, or he wasn't angry that he was keeping. So he wanted to help her, So that's the kind of man he is.
Yeah, I know.
So-
She didn't believe it though.
Yeah. Hope he comes back soon. By the
All
way.
right, so bionic eye, Roman bionic eye.
Bionic eye.
Okay.
So yeah.
And
all right.
that's it
And
for
that's
the
the week
week.
of days.
That is the week of
That is the
days.
week of days.
Let's
So,
get
yeah.
into our
favorite
part
of the show.
Our segments.
Tony is not here, and he did not send us a 3-snap. So maybe if he has time, he can post it on social. So keep an eye out for that.
Please do.
Mark's not here, so
No.
we're going through these quick.
I know. Check, check.
All right, so that leads us to
That sounds so good.
fashion.
Oh, and Designer Days is going to Miss Lauren Coslow.
Yes!
I love a beautiful tailored jacket. And when she walked in with this jacket, I was like, I want this. I need this. Royal blue, tailored, could be velour, could be not quite sure, but perfect color for the fall. Absolutely stunning on her. She needs to wear this color more often.
Yes,
Lauren
I agree.
Coslow, you're gorgeous. And that's it for
Designer Day.
Designer Days.
Fashion. Fashion. Mama, mama, Designer Days. Alrighty, and now it's time for It's fan off our Polaroid
Yes.
here. This week's image is of John after that lovely spit handshake he shared with
That was
Hattie.
so gross.
Clearly, it was so funny though.
God.
It made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
There's some moments this
There
week
were
that
so
just
many
made me
moments with him.
like laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Anyway, this week's caption winner is Lisa0626 on Instagram saying, "So this is what Belle felt like when I spat all over her following Doc's DNR. Touche."
Oh.
And that was this week's.
Caption Day.
All right. Do you want to do fan of the week, or would you like me to do fan of the week? Okay,
I'll do
Tamala.
fan of the week.
Oh, we have the intro.
DISHIN Days.
Okay, forget
There's
this one.
Lauren.
Fan of the Week. Woo!
So this week, fan of the week is going to it's number one, I Love Lucy fan. It's at NO1 I Love Lucy fan. And so on Twitter, she says, in regards to Days of Days, which is coming up, she says, I won't be able to make it, but I'm sure as H looking forward to all the pics and stories and hopefully another hashtag AskGrab, hashtag Jarlena, hashtag King, hashtag Queen, hashtag Days, hashtag Wish I Had the Bread.
What is that? What does that mean? Hashtag wish I have the bread.
She can't afford to go to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so she has the bread.
I'm assuming she would need to fly out here
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. I'm not sure
Because
where
that's
she's
some people
from.
refer to money as
As bread.
dough,
yeah.
bread.
Yeah, exactly. So at number one, I Love Lucy fan.
Congratulations.
You are
Sorry you
fan
can't
of the
make it to
week.
Day of Days.
We'll take lots of pictures and thank you for posting
Yes.
that picture.
DISHIN Days. Fan of the Week. Woohoo!
And now it's time for
AfterBuzz TV News.
So intense.
I know, I love that.
Well, as Tamala just mentioned, the annual Day of Days event was announced this week. As usual, it'll take place in November at here in LA at Universal City Walk.
It's going to be my first one.
It'll be your first
Yes,
one. You're a
like
Day of Days
beyond-
virgin.
Yes.
Wear comfortable
Be
shoes.
gentle.
Sensible shoes. That's my advice to everyone.
Sensible
Of Day of Days.
shoes.
Sensible shoes. Bottle of water. I have a whole. I'll share
A
my
checklist?
I'll share my Day of Days. What do you call it? My game plan every
Okay,
year. So yeah,
perfect.
it's a process. I'm
so excited.
But it takes place this year, Saturday, November 10th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I wrote 5 a.m. That would be a long ass day.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's an all-day event. It includes photo and autograph opportunities and a Q&A with the cast. They usually bring, I would say, like 90% of the cast. So it's a good, fun day to come support your favorite soap opera. And any other details aren't available yet, but you can follow NBC Days on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm sure they'll be updating with attendees from the cast and all that good stuff. And our friends Paul and Keith at Starstruck Fans will be holding an event the Friday before
Okay.
Day of Days. I think last year they held one called Yesterdays, and it was a lot of former cast members.
Oh, such a great concept. I love that.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it, but it looked a lot of fun. So follow Starstruck Fans 2 on Twitter, and I'm sure they'll be updating with the event, the cast attendees, and all that good stuff. So yeah, be a fun weekend. The Day of Days weekend. I look forward to
I
it
have to
every
start
year.
prepping. What am I going to wear?
What am I gonna sensible, something to
shoes.
breeze, and bring a jacket because it gets cold at night.
Okay.
Okay. So on to the next thing. If you miss seeing James Scott playing EJ, you have the chance to meet him next Saturday in Montreal if you're around the area or can get there. James is doing an event with Ryan Pavey from General Hospital. It's a series of events. There's like 3 different events you can purchase tickets to, and all of the money goes to Cedars Can Support, which is a cancer charity in Canada. So
Okay.
it goes for a good cause. If you want to go, get more info, you can get more info and buy tickets by visiting eventbrite.ca. Eventbrite.ca, not .com because it's in Canada.
Okay.
And you can just search James Scott and the event will come up. Next up, Stefan will be getting a new face temporarily.
Yeah.
According to Soap Opera Digest, Tyler Christopher is taking a personal leave, and Brandon Barash from General Hospital will be stepping in as Stefan and Tyler's Stefan
Stefan.
in Tyler's
Stefan.
absence. Brandon started taping this week, so we should see him as Stefan around March. And a little tidbit of trivia: Brandon is either married to or was in a relationship. I think they have a kid together with Kirsten Storms, who used to play Belle on Days.
They're no longer married, but they do have a child.
Okay.
Beautiful little baby girl.
Yeah.
Well, not a baby anymore. She's growing up so fast.
So,
But,
yeah. Just a little
he's
tidbit for you.
amazing. I hope everything's okay with Tyler.
I know. There were no details as to why
Yeah.
this is a personal leave of absence, so we hope
We
hope
won't
all
miss
is
him.
well. Yeah. So and that was your news and gossip for this week. Good
Fabulous.
stuff. Yes. And now we have not just a weekly preview. Days not only dropped the news of Day of Days, but they also dropped a 1-minute fall preview, which had Twitter all aflutter.
abuzz, yes.
Holy cow. Okay, so on to it right now. This fall on Days of Our Lives.
This fall, only one show brings you romance,
You are beautiful.
drama,
You destroyed my life!
and stories like this.
But I'm happy I turned out to be human.
Days of Our Lives fall season explodes with the surprise return of some of your favorite characters.
Hello, mate.
Welcome home, John.
Brady. Rex. Why the hell not?
And is the search for long-lost love
Please tell me that you still love me.
finally over?
My husband is really alive. EJ.
That's not EJ.
Don't blink.
You're even more of a bitch than you were in high school.
During Days of Our Lives' new fall season.
You're good on me. Like a weed. By the authority vested in me, I now pronounce you.
Oh, I think I'm in labor.
I need you to push forward. We're in this together, okay?
Days of Our Lives, weekdays on NBC.
I don't even know where to begin with all of
Right?
this. Okay.
All right, we got some time. Let's talk about this.
Yeah. So Mimi, that's great. Wow.
Yeah. Take a minute, absorb it all.
Lots of new people on the canvas. People that have been off coming back. Like Ari Zucker and
Paul Telfer,
and
the
Paul.
chest and his chest are coming back.
It makes me sad.
Hopefully
to
he'll be
see,
shirtless most of the
It
time.
makes me sad to see Eric say to her, "Please tell me that you love me," which means that he's dumped Jen.
Maybe. Because, okay, so that scene,
Oh my
so
God.
one thing I just noticed when we saw Eric and Brady fighting,
Right.
they're in the same costume, they're in the same clothes that they were wearing Friday. So I think Jen might tell him. I think we actually might get it this week.
Do you think she's going to tell him before something happens, or do you think it's going to actually come from her?
I think it's gonna
That's how he's going to find out, or is she? How do you?
I don't know. Okay, that I don't know. I just noticed they were wearing the same clothes.
I'm
so we
hoping-
might not have to wait long
I'm
for
hoping
it.
she's the one that tells him before
Yeah.
something else goes down,
Right.
and then he finds out, like, why didn't you tell me? And
I know, and
that's ugly.
you were lying. And
Yeah.
So we have Mimi Lockhart coming
Mimi,
back,
I
which makes
know.
it's got to be related to Bonnie somehow. Maybe she
Yeah.
comes back to
She's Bonnie's
daughter. Yeah.
And-
Bonnie was brought on the canvas as Mimi's mom.
Okay.
And then she had a brother named Patrick, who was played by Brody Hutzler, who's
Yes.
and so yeah, Mimi had her little family for a while.
Okay.
And so now Bonnie's back, and they're bringing Mimi back. And Rex, Kyle Lauder, is now
Yes.
playing Rex, who was Mimi's boyfriend. I don't know if they ever got married. I can't remember. Rex used to be played by Eric Winter, and Rex is Kate and Roman's son.
Kate and Roman's
Kate
son.
and Roman.
Okay.
They had I can't remember the details of that storyline, but I know they were twins, and they came to Salem, and they thought they were aliens. They crashed
Is that why
down.
you said I'm so glad I'm human? Or
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so they were twins, and they were nicknamed the Gemini twins. Rex and Mimi were engaged. Thank you, Annie Goen.
oh my God, this is so amazing.
So Kyle Lauder is playing Lauren Koslow's son now, I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're bringing the girl back, because they were like I said, they were twins. It was a boy and a girl.
Okay.
What was the girl's name? I can't remember the girl's name. It was. I don't remember. We haven't heard if they're bringing her back now. So yeah. That's that.
I'm excited. This is kind of an infusion of
Yeah.
new stories and new chemistry, and this is going to be great.
This is what happens in the fall now. They it starts They're now
ramping
calling
up.
and I just noticed they've been doing this the past couple of years, calling it a season. Like it used to just be like, because it's a year-round show. They don't like have a season and then go off the air for 3 months like the primetime shows do. But now they've been calling it seasons, even with days now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it looks like good stuff. There was an explosion. Yeah. I couldn't tell which characters were there. I think it may have been Brady and Eric, but I couldn't tell.
And obviously, Sierra and Trip are still a thing because there was some kind of funky thing, like
there was like some
romantic thing.
catch.
There was like something going on there.
They were wasting French fries.
But that's a shame. That's a sin.
I have an issue.
That is a sin.
It's a sin.
But Ben and You're So Beautiful, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So wow, I actually need to see that again.
Yeah.
I mean, not right now, but
Yeah,
I need to watch that.
I know because there was so much in
much.
there. Yeah. So, but looks like all good stuff. Oh, there was a moment where John and Marlena and Abe were in, like, it almost looked like they were getting married. So.
Oh no! Oh no!
Maybe.
Oh no! No. You know what? It doesn't matter because that marriage is not going to mean anything legally because it's not really Marlena.
True.
So that whole thing will just get annulled or whatever.
Unless Hattie does something with like the marriage license or something, a la
dust off
Vivian
her
Alamane
uterus
years
too?
ago. What?
Is she gonna dust off her uterus too?
Maybe she wants.
Oh
She
my
probably
God.
wants John to dust off her uterus for her. Judging from what she was saying, she was
Oh my
hungry for other things
God.
too.
I can't.
I was like, oh.
But she loves Roman. She's all over Roman.
That's the thing. Like
That's the thing.
she was about Roman, but now she's like not. It's really kind of bizarre.
She's got something.
Yeah, and then Abby's gonna give birth.
Yeah.
And Chad.
So
It looks
that'll
like
bond
Chad's gonna
them.
deliver the baby. So
That'll
yeah.
bond them.
Mm-hmm. We saw Dr. Rolf. Dr. Rolf's back.
So
I didn't see Will or Sonny or Paul in the promo. Maybe I missed them. I didn't see Kate either. Maybe I missed them because it was
There's
quick.
so much.
Well,
I mean, they're part of the
once the show ends,
storylines.
we'll go out and we'll watch it a couple more times and further dissect it. But yeah.
So you mentioned that's not EJ. What were your thoughts
Oh, I'm like that's not
when
EJ.
Sammy? Oh, I hope he comes back.
That's not
He's
EJ.
You
I
think
don't-
he's gonna come back to the show?
Oh, I don't know.
James Scott. Oh, I hope.
Twitter will
He's
flip.
like, I know. He's one of my faves.
Yeah, he was good. He was
Not
a
as a recast.
James Scott is a nice guy too. Like I met him a couple times, and he's not EJ at all. He's very friendly and all that. So
Good.
so yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yep.
All right, everyone. So wow, that is it for the show. What a week.
What a week.
Looking forward
What
to
a week,
more.
what a week.
Michael, where can people find y'all?
People can find me on the Instagram at MLMattis and on the Twitter at MLMattis1.
Yes, and you can find Dishin Days on Twitter at _Dishin Days and on Facebook and Insta at Dishin Days. You can find me on Twitter at Tami Goveia, Insta and Facebook, Tami Goveia Official. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
We will
guys.
see you
Next week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.